Sure, Mr. Chairman. Ricard.
Present.
Mayo.
Here.
Cleary and Finer excused. Andrew Joyce.
Here.
Reinhardt.
Here.
Whalen.
Here.
Bergdorf.
Here.
And Smith.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is to approve the previous month's minutes. Did everyone have a chance to read them? Mr. Joyce makes a motion.
I second.
Second by Mr. Mayo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The item carries unanimously. Majority Council Kennedy.
Item
which was
2
second item.
is authorizing an agreement with Industrial Furnace Company regarding preventative maintenance services for the Water Purification District's Hart Sledge incinerators. Executive Director Gaudio is here this evening.
Thank you. Yeah, as indicated, we're looking to do a contract request with Industrial Furnace Company for preventative maintenance services for both the incinerators that we operate as well as the emission system. This is a total of a 5-year contract. The estimated amount per year is $200,000 with a not to exceed, a total not to exceed amount over the 5 years of $1 million. Industrial Furnace was a sole bidder in response to this RFP.
Thank you. Do any legislators have any questions on this item?
Angela, why do you think they were the only bidder?
It's a specialty service, and there's just not a lot of people in the area that do this type of work.
Saw a lot of sole sources on this agenda. I wish there weren't so many.
Well, I only have one, so.
That's it.
Mr. Bergdorf?
Angela, is it normal to have a bid like this in unit prices? So that as you use them over the course of the years, you're mixing and matching labor rates, hearth rebuilding, et cetera?
Yeah, because there's a variety of different services they can provide, so in this agreement actually covers quite a bit. It includes staff training, engineering services, as well as kind of just work on the incinerators, which, you know, you've got millwrights, laborers, so there's a variety of different, I guess, unit prices that go into necessitating the work that we're asking for in this case.
So this is not to exceed $1 million. What have been your historical costs per year?
Historically, we haven't had a preventive maintenance agreement, so I don't know if I can answer that, but we generally have
You
that.
just did. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do any of the other legislators have any questions on this item? Someone like to make a motion on it? Mr. Berger, second by Mr. Smith. All those in favor? Opposed? The item carries unanimously.
Item 3 is authorizing an agreement with Wind Construction Services regarding the County Route 2 over Fox Creek Bridge replacement project. Commissioner Raimondo is here this evening.
Hi there.
Welcome,
Good evening, everyone. Yes, so this is a request for authorization to enter into a contract with Wind Construction for the construction of our County Route 2 over Fox Creek Bridge. This was presented to the legislature once before. It was bid out in October of 2024, and Prime Highway got the job. Prior to them executing the contract, they dissolved, so we had to rebid it. Wynn was not the low bidder. We vetted the low bidder, and they did not qualify because they did not have an apprenticeship training program, and they didn't have proof of significant experience constructing similar types of projects. So we went to the number 2 bidder, who is Wynn Construction, and we're recommending that we enter into a contract with Wynn.
Thank you. Do any legislators have any questions on this item? Someone like to make a motion on it? Motion, Mr. Joyce, second by Mr. Mayo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The item carries unanimously.
Item 4 is authorizing an agreement with Capital Region Transportation Council regarding the active transportation technical assistance study in support of the complete street study.
Yep, so this is an agreement with CRTC. They're going to assist us with our complete street study that the legislature granted us $50,000 toward, and DPW is giving $15,000 of our own CRTC budget for this study. The sites were narrowed down to a bike ped assessment in the town of Colony in the vicinity of the Albany County Airport. We're going to study gaps in bike ped access and try to make things more continuous and explore routes to get bicyclists and pedestrians to Route 7. In addition, we're going to be studying the feasibility of sidewalks on Russell Road, and both studies will include like a high-level cost estimate. And the result of the study can be leveraged for grant money down the road.
I just got a question on that, and I remember Susan earlier mentioned, because it's her legislative district. So when you hit Route 7 there, is that going to go over towards the bike path with this study or not?
That would be the wish.
Okay.
So they're gonna study, yes, they'd like to try to get it to Burmaster,
Okay,
which would then continue on to the bike path. Burmaster doesn't really have much opportunity for a dedicated lane. That
Okay.
would be more of like riding within the lane, just because it's so narrow there, right of way is tight, there's utility poles on both sides.
sure.
But that would be the logical spot where everybody would.
Does the traffic lights there though they've got to stop where you can cross, is that correct? Do you know?
At Burmaster, I'm
No,
not sure of
no.
that. I know there's, a light by, there's a fire department on
Yeah.
Route 7.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and so there could be an opportunity there to incorporate like a pedestrian signal at that location too.
Exactly.
So the study's going to kind of like narrow things down and see what is possible,
Okay,
what's feasible.
good, thank you. Mr. Bergdorf?
Yes, as it relates to the Colony project, is there any coordination with the town and their planning department?
There will be, yes. That right now, we're at the initial stages where we're getting the agreement with CRTC. Once we get the agreement in place, we've already made a list of like stakeholders, so the town obviously will be one of them.
Okay, is this a misnomer that what you're considering up there is not a complete street, but a bicycle path?
It's not even necessarily exclusively a bicycle path, because there's locations where there's existing sidewalk, and then there's a gap in sidewalk connectivity.
Okay,
So we're studying those sorts of locations, as well as the potential for an actual bicycle/ped facility.
okay, I was just concerned because there are some streets like 377, which are done in complete street mode, which you never see a bicyclist, you never see anybody for 10 months of the year picking up, a third of the pavement.
Yeah.
And so that's not being contemplated here.
No, it's more about gaps in existing connectivity, like making those little gaps continuous,
Okay,
but
no,
also
that-
exploring routes to Route 7.
That's perfectly good.
Thank you. You got a question?
Just clarification, you said 50,000, which we already approved, and then 15 more, is it going to 65?
Yes.
It's not 65,000 more.
No, it's,
Okay.
yeah,
50
it's
plus
50 plus 15.
Or, I'm
Yeah.
good.
That's good. Any other questions?
I'll make a
Legislators?
motion.
Smith makes a motion, do I have a second? Mr. Mayo makes a second, all those in favor? Opposed? The item carries unanimously. That's it.
Item 5 is authorizing an agreement with the New York State Unified Court System regarding custodial services, repair services, and preventative maintenance for the Albany County Courthouse, Judicial Center, and Family Court facilities. Commissioner Latine is here this evening.
Welcome.
Good evening. This is the second period of the current 5-year contract with the New York State Court System under the 686. Their reimbursement for this one for the fiscal year of April 1st, 2024 through March 31st of 2025 provides total reimbursements of $823,326,000. This is for their cleaning, their portion of the maintenance under what their percentages of the courthouses that they use. This is the maximum amount of the contract, which we approve this contract, we do a recap sheet that's sent back to the Unified Court System, which they approve under our costs, and then they send it back to us, and that's the amount that we charge them for their services.
Okay. Do any of the legislators have any questions on this item? Somebody like to make a motion on it? Mr. Mayo makes a motion, second by Mr. Smith. All those in favor? Opposed? Item carries unanimously. Please read the next thing.
Item
Thank you very
6.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Authorizing an agreement with AOW Construction regarding general contracting services for the Shaker Place Cafe reconstruction project. Executive Director Olson is here this evening.
Welcome.
Good evening. I have two RLAs this evening. Both are for the renovation of existing space within our staff dining room to create a full-service cafe for our staff and visitors. The first contract is with AOW Construction, LLC, to serve as the general contractor for this project. They were the sole responsible bidder at a cost of $390,690 plus a 20% contingency for a total contract of $468,828. This project is 100% county funded However, we will also be applying to New York State for funding through the state Medicaid program to help offset the costs through the Medicaid capital reimbursement program. The cafe project is also part of our food and distribution project for the 2026-2030 Albany County Capital Plan. The contract will commence on June 12th, 2025 through June 11th, 2027. Although we hope to complete the project by this fall. I'd be happy to entertain any questions.
Sure.
Same question I asked before, why do you think there was only one bidder?
And frankly, I really couldn't tell you. I think from what I understand, a lot of the contractors are very busy right now. AOW is a contractor that we've worked with on a couple of projects, so that may have piqued their interest in being interested in this type of project. But as far as why others haven't,
So you did sort of the normal, you published the RFP and you
absolutely.
saw it,
Yeah.
you know, all the regular stuff, yeah.
Mr. Smith?
Is this gonna be a staffed cafe, or is it just like an eating dining room for them?
It's a staffed, full-service cafe. We'll be providing all the staff and making all the food ourselves on site.
So the staff will be
For
counted?
the cafe.
Mr. Berger?
Mark, will the cafeteria be open to the public visiting
We're gonna
people?
start with just staff, and then the goal is to also then open it up to visitors and maybe even residents that may want to participate. Although the dining area is exclusively for staff, but we've located another opportunity if any visitors or residents want to partake in the cafe, they could eat in the atrium just around the corner. But they would still have access after we get things running smoothly to the cafe itself.
Are you able to do this all with your existing dietary staff?
We will probably need to add 1 or 2 FTEs.
And will they be reimbursable under the Medicaid program?
It's just the capital portion that would be reimbursable. So just the capital expenditure.
What was the dollar amount of that? That was from Medicaid, you said?
Correct.
So what was the dollar amount on that?
For reimbursement?
Yeah,
We won't really know that until there's kind of a delicate, some math that has to happen, because currently in our Medicaid reimbursement system, they're reimbursing us for that space that was renovated back 4 years ago, 5
Okay.
years ago through the major project. So it's gonna be the offset of what that cost was versus the new cost. The current cost, we estimate would be minimal, because it's just an open space with a couple of vending machines.
I understand. So it's $468,000. We really don't know how much that could be reimbursed, right? In terms of a dollar amount?
My best guess right now would be around 50%.
Oh, really? Okay. So you might not have to expend all of the $468,000 if it's reimbursed,
And
hypothetically.
again, it's reimbursed over time.
Okay.
So we're talking,
What's time?
It wouldn't even start to be reimbursed for more than 2 years after the project completes.
Oh, okay.
And then probably over a 10-year period of time.
Okay. Okay, so you would need all the money up front, or however you want to phrase it.
Correct.
Next question. You got another question?
Yeah, since the Medicaid reimbursements are based upon occupancy and payer mix and stuff like that, how are we today?
So our census today is, I believe, is 245 out of 250.
Okay.
And it's just the Medicaid, since we Medicaid reimbursement, we are currently at around 175 Medicaid residents in the building. So it's around 70, 75%.
And the rest are either private pay or rehab?
Correct.
Do you have space for sort of ongoing rehab needs of the community? Is there enough of a turnover where you have, if somebody was coming out of a nursing home today and needed rehab, do you have capacity for them?
It varies every day. Last week, we had a couple days we were totally full. 10 days later, we could be down 10 beds. So it all depends on the turnover in the nursing home. We do have one of our 40-bed nursing units designated as short-term rehab.
Yeah.
But on a typical day, about 50% of that census is short-term, the rest are long-term. That's where we have the most flexibility.
Thank you.
Do any of the other legislators have any questions on this item? Someone would like to make a motion on it? Mr. Mayor makes a motion, do I have a second? Mr. Smith seconds, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The item carries unanimously. Please read the
Item
consent.
7 is authorizing an agreement with Colette Mechanical regarding mechanical construction services for the Shaker Place Cafe construction project.
Thanks again, this is the second contract that we need to complete this project. This is with Colette Mechanical, Inc., to serve as the mechanical contractor for this project. There were two responsible bidders. Colette was the lowest responsible bidder at a cost of $261,466, plus a 15% contingency for a total cost of $300,686. This project is also 100% county funded, and we will try to get Medicaid reimbursement through the same mechanism for this cost as well. And same period of time for the contract, June 12th, 2025, and June 11th, 2027. Again, we hope to have this contract, or this project done by this fall. Can you take any questions?
Thank you. Do any of the legislators have any questions on this item? Somebody like to make a motion on it? Motion. Mr. Joyce, second by Mr. Burdoff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The item carries unanimously. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That concludes our business for this evening. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move we adjourn.
Second? I call the meeting adjourned. Thank you. We got out in time. You got time?
I do.